Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. We have some news, but before we get into that, I just want to take a minute and ask you guys to make sure that if you like this type of content, that you hit that subscribe button as well as the bell next to it to be notified of any videos I post here on the channel. And if you could do me a huge favor and give this video a thumbs up, that would help the channel out greatly every time you do that. Anyway, on with the news. The very first thing that I have for you guys is actually a really cool story that I get to break here, something that is awesome and something that I really want you guys to take note of and kind of check out, because without the support of the community, this company will never actually get up off of the ground, and that would be a shame because they have some fantastic stuff in store for us if they do. But the company is a brand new company called Sanctum Archaic Stories. We can see their logo right here. And they have some big plans as far as what they are going to be producing. They have intentions of bringing fully finished, fully painted dinosaur models to us, but not only that, some of the most scientifically accurate versions of those dinosaurs they have intentions of bringing to us. Their very first figure they are hoping to produce is a Giraffe Titan, and we can see some images here of their Giraffe Titan. It is so incredibly beautiful, I think. Really nice, very majestic looking walking pose for the figure, and it is an absolutely massive model. The scale is in 1/33rd scale, and I believe they're going to continue to create all of their figures in the 1/33rd scale size range, or at least that seems to be the general consensus from what I've learned. They are going to be releasing this in two different colorations. One will be a male and one will be a female. You can kind of see a sneak peek image here of what the two might look like when painted up. I'm not 100% sure if there's actually going to be differences when it comes to the sculpts, but I believe there is, but I cannot say that again for sure. The model will be 64 centimeters in length and 45 centimeters in height, so again showing off just how large the model will be. They also want to create a Mamenchisaurus as their next figure, and then a Tyrannotitan after that, which I would love to see a Tyrannotitan because I've never seen an actual figure like this of a Tyrannotitan aside from resin models that usually are like kits that you would buy. This is one of, if not the first times we'll see like a fully painted model like this of a Tyrannotitan. And their goal is to use a Patreon to get the very first figure created. And they have actually launched their Patreon right now. I believe they actually had launched it yesterday. So the Patreon is ready. It is up. And you are able to head on over there and check it out. Of course, I will include a link in the description for you to do just that. And on top of the dinosaur species that I have just mentioned, again, a Mamenchisaurus in this size would be incredible, but they have intentions of hopefully creating other dinosaurs. Like they had told me that they wanted to create all the different species of Pachyrhinosaurs, and they were considering making packs of dinosaurs that you could actually purchase through their Patreon for a limited time, and then they would release later in individual releases, but you could actually acquire the entire pack or herd of dinosaurs at one time that they are hoping to create. They also at some point want to create an Argentinosaurus, which would be insane because we don't really have very many Argentinosaurus figures, and at that scale I would love to see one. They also are going to be creating a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which you can see this image here kind of showing off not only what they would look like, but also the difference in coloration between the male and female. They had expressed interest as well in creating kind of like some human figures that could go with them for size comparisons, as well as potentially giving us enough models that we can use humans as well as the dinosaurs to kind of create our own prehistoric park, similar to a Jurassic Park idea, I would imagine, but obviously looking at it in more of a scientifically accurate standpoint. Their goal is to sell at least 20 of the Giraffe Titans. If they do sell 20 of the Giraffe Titans, they will then move on to the Mamenchisaurus. I would imagine they would probably sell, of course, more than 20 of the Giraffe Titan, but if they can hit the 20 mark, that would help them fund the Giraffe Titans as well as provide them with the inspiration to move on then to the Mamenchisaurus. So again, a very big ordeal is their Patreon, because without their Patreon we won't be getting anything from them, and I would really love to see more from them in the future. So make sure you check that link in the description. Make sure you head on over there to their Patreon, check it out, make sure you take part, get yourself one of these incredible Giraffe Titan that they will be releasing, and let's get this company up and on their feet so that we can get more from them in the near future. And then speaking of Patreon, another company that you may or may not recall that I've been promoting over the past few months. Dino Zoo has actually recently launched a Patreon as well, and I think that was a really good idea on their part, something that you can take part in to help with the company and help with creating their many upcoming figures that they have plans to create. And they actually just put up a tier where you can go ahead and vote on what their next model will be, and you can see the different species here that they are considering, and if you go ahead and take part in that tier, you can help to provide them with some funding to get started on their next figure, as well as, again, helping them decide which species they would create next. Their Catidocus is actually on the way. I do believe it's going to begin shipping this month, and we actually have a look at some of the production pieces right here with these images showing off quite a few of the Catidocus here in a row. This was a very limited run, and I do believe is now officially sold out. However, they just have recently launched their Catidocus skull replica. That is up for pre-sale right now, which you can see this image of. I have promoted this in the past as well. It looks gorgeous here in hand, but definitely a really cool Catidocus skull that I recommend checking out, and checking out their Patreon, again taking part in their Patreon and helping them to as well get their company up and running, and then we can receive many more figures from them as well in the near future. And as far as upcoming models go, we have a look at the final images as far as the sculpts of the dinosaurs go of the upcoming SPR Projects. Dakota Raptor taking on an Ankylosaurus, which looks really nice as far as the final sculpt here goes. Of course, the base is not sculpted out quite yet. That's something that will come later, but we can get a good idea of how nice and beautiful the dinosaurs themselves look. Although I feel like you won't truly know just how incredible they look until he actually paints a model up, shows us what they can look like. But the entire scene looks fantastic as the Ankylosaurus is defending itself against the Dakota Raptor. A very cool scene taken straight out of history, and something that I cannot wait to see. As far as the final finished product goes, I have reviewed and do own some of the SPR Projects models. Actually, I believe all of his prehistoric models up until this point. So if you are interested in the overall quality, make sure you check out some of the SPR Projects reviews that I have here on the channel. I also have a playlist for them that you can check out, and you'll see just how incredible the quality of those models are. But this is hopefully coming at some point in the near future. I don't know how long until the base will be finished, but I'll be extremely excited to see it when it is. And then as far as Nanmu goes, they have shown off something that is very interesting recently on their social media accounts, and it's not something that I actually expected from them, but it's a really cool idea on their part, and that is this really neat looking rainbow version of their Parasaurolophus. They've actually customized a very small number of these kind of very colorful rainbow versions of their Parasaurolophus, and these will be hitting dealers in March. So this is something you can actually purchase from Nanmu when they do release, and they're very cool looking, so creative with many different colors, some that are just like green or pink and some that are just multicolored. Very interesting idea on the part of Nanmu to create something like this, and something that I feel like certainly has a place in the dinosaur collecting community. I'm sure there are definitely people out there that would like to have some of these. And on top of showing us these very interesting images, they have also shown off some new images of the actual printed out prototype of their upcoming Mordred figure, and it shows off just how incredible and vibrant the detailing aspect of the figure is. Like, you can really see and appreciate the high quality of this figure through many of these images that they have shared. This one image here specifically I found very interesting, as it appears as though we have like an extra set of horns down there on the ground. So I don't know if maybe it's going to have interchangeable horns. That may have been mentioned already and somehow I missed it, but very cool idea if that is the case. But regardless, the entire figure looks so insanely cool, so creative. Another incredible model coming from Nanmu, sporting a very Ultimasaurus type of a look. Cannot wait to see what the actual painted up prototype will look like, but these prototype images have me beyond hyped for it. And then as far as PNSO goes, they actually are releasing the Ankylosaurus for a second time. See, the Ankylosaurus was released prior, quite a ways back, but they have now given her a repaint, which looks a little bit more vibrant, a little more colorful, I think, than the previous version. Not too far off, but it is nice to see another version of the Ankylosaurus coming, something that I definitely want to get a hold of. I don't know for sure if this is actually available quite yet on the Amazon and AliExpress PNSO stores, but there is a good chance that it actually is. Regardless, a really cool version of the Ankylosaurus that I want to let you guys know is coming from PNSO. And then as far as Guilherme Balinsky art, he has given us a little sneak peek of how epic 2022 is going to be with this image, and I must say, judging by the looks of this, it is definitely going to be an epic one from Guilherme Balinsky. Such a beautiful, very large and intimidating looking version as far as this model goes, and quite possibly one of the nicest looking sauropod models that I think I have ever seen. I don't know exactly when this one will be available for sale, but coming from Guilherme Balinsky, it is going to be incredible. And in a time when we aren't getting much Jurassic stuff being revealed from Mattel, we at least have Marco Makes to make up for that with plenty of Jurassic stuff that he is creating. In fact, he is actually going to be releasing another round of Minisaurs. This would be the third wave of Minisaurs coming from him. And we have some images here of the upcoming round of Minisaurs. As we can see, we have 3 more figures here with a Giganotosaurus, which is awesome. We also will have a Spinosaurus, which is awesome, and we will also have a Carnotaurus, which is awesome. So in my opinion, this might be the best round of Minisaurs yet, and I have reviewed the very first round of Minisaurs here on the channel. They were incredible. I absolutely loved them. I'm working on getting a hold of hopefully the second round of Minisaurs at some point soon, and I will definitely be reviewing those for you guys as well. And then when this round releases, I would definitely like to get a hold of these to review for you guys and add to my collection as well. I believe these won't be releasing for quite some time, so it'll be a little bit before we actually see those. But speaking of figures that will be releasing from Marco Makes, he actually had sent me a whole bunch of images of many upcoming Rubbersaurs that he will be releasing. One, which was the most recently revealed, is the Spinosaurus. So we will have now a second version of the Rubbersaurus Spinosaurus coming. He has released a Spinosaurus in the Rubbersaurus line in the past, which I have in my collection and have reviewed for you guys, but with his new 3D printing process of creating his Rubbersaurs, he has went ahead and created another version of the Spinosaurus, and this one will be releasing at some point. And all of these figures that we will be seeing here for the Rubbersaurs line, as I just kind of run through them, you can see so many different species, a lot of which again I've shown you guys in the past, but there are images in here that we have not seen yet here on my channel as far as Marco goes. But this is basically what you're going to be getting from Marco throughout the course of 2022, and he has a lot of stuff ready to go. He has told me that he has intentions of working with Sora and Rod's Random Work to really give the Rubbersaurs line a strong run this year, and there is just a ton of stuff that he is going to be producing and releasing over the course of 2022. You can see everything from different Hadrosaurs to the Indoraptor. We've got Baryonyx and Tyrannosaurs, Triceratops, different Velociraptors, the Pteranodon, Atrociraptors, and even the Gallimimus, which actually is probably one of the Rubbersaurs I'm the most excited about, because we don't get very many awesome looking Jurassic versions of the Gallimimus. We really haven't in the past, so I cannot wait to get a hold of that one, along with pretty much all of these. Like everything, it looks honestly unbelievable. His Tyrannosaurus looks like it's probably going to be the best version of a JP Tyrannosaurus that I think I've ever seen. The Giganotosaurus looks unbelievable already. And then with the addition of so many other figures, even including like the Battle at Big Rock Allosaurus, again, it's pretty much the stuff that I as a collector dream of and would love, absolutely love to get into my collection. And luckily we have Marco Makes out there that is providing us these insanely awesome figures to add to our collection, even including the Kingdom collection, which will obviously be releasing the Velociraptor Echo bust and hopefully some more from them. But again, a ton, an absolute plethora of stuff coming from Marco for the 2022 year, and it is pretty exciting to sit back here, just look at all of these images and see what we have in store for us as far as Marco Makes goes. I'm pretty much aching at this point to get a new Marco Makes figure in my collection, as it's been a little bit since the Rubbersaurs Velociraptor, so hopefully some of these figures will be releasing in the very, very near future. I also have a really cool deal for you guys that was offered my way thanks to Dan's Dinosaurs to save you guys a few dollars. So if you happen to have seen my review earlier today of the Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsian series Wave 3 Torosaurus. That was the final of the Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsian series figures I needed to review here on the channel, and one of the most beautiful, I would say. But if you happen to have enjoyed any of those Wave 3 Ceratopsians and you were interested in picking them up, right now all of them are currently shipping on Dan's Dinosaurs except for the adult Triceratops, which is expected to arrive this month sometime, but can still be pre-ordered. But if you head over to Dan's Dinosaurs and you purchase any of the Wave 3 Ceratopsians and you mention the name Andy at checkout, where it asks, "How did you hear about us?" you will receive yourself a $5 gift card toward a future purchase on Dan's Dinosaurs. And that is really cool because you can go ahead, get yourself one of these Wave 3 Ceratopsians right now when they're fresh and brand new, just releasing, and then get yourself some money off of a future order on Dan's Dinosaurs. The gift card may require about 24 hours to activate, so you'll just have to, at most, wait about a day before you can, purchase something else from Dan's and save yourself that really cool discount of $5 off of whatever you would be interested in. And also, the offer will actually expire within 3 days of this video's posting, so make sure that you get your order in right away for one of those Ceratopsian series figures. Get yourself a really cool $5 gift card toward any future purchase on Dan's Dinosaurs, and make sure you do that right away before that, again, it runs out and the offer expires. I will include a link in the description to Dan's Dinosaurs where you can head on over there, check that out, get yourself an awesome Ceratopsian and a gift card today. And then as far as Mojo Fun, they have announced another 2022 reveal as they will be releasing a woolly mammoth. At this point, it seems like these might be the only 2 prehistoric releases from them for the 2022 year, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that is not the case. I really hope they unveil more on us, as this would only provide us with one more figure than what we had last year, as we only had 1 prehistoric reveal last year, and in the years prior there were a lot of prehistoric reveals, but unfortunately with the pandemic everything has really halted the progress of many different companies, and that seems to definitely be the case with Mojo Fun. But this mammoth looks incredible. Again, definitely one of the best Mojo Fun figures I think I've ever seen. And now with this and the coelacanth being unveiled and showing off just how unbelievable their newest round of models will be, I just really wish we would get more as far as prehistoric figures from them. I would love to see some more dinosaurs, or just in general anything prehistoric, because I feel like their quality has just jumped up drastically from anything that they've released prior, and they were releasing some really great models over the years, but this newest round of models looks to be some of their best, and I cannot wait to see anything else they produce in the future, but fingers crossed we get more prehistoric figures for this year. And then as far as Mattel goes, unfortunately, it has been so silent from them lately. Like, we have had next to nothing as far as information on anything coming from them in the near future. There were a lot of images that were kind of leaked not long ago that I was hoping we would get official images for soon, but with Jurassic World Dominion on its way, it seems as though Mattel has really been focusing on the Dominion line, and with the fact that they probably don't want to spoil anything for Dominion, they haven't really been releasing any teases or, prototype images or anything, so we really haven't had much of anything from Mattel for quite some time as far as anything to keep us excited for the 2022 year, but considering Dominion isn't too far off, we'll hopefully start to see some very soon. But at least as far as Mattel goes, we do have a little bit of news, and that is the fact that Josiah Leighton on Instagram had let me know that he had found these at his local Dollar Tree. So if you had seen my review not long ago of the Mattel Bendy Biters that were kind of like here and there showing up at Ross stores, well, his Dollar Tree in the Plus section did have these figures, obviously each one individually for sale for $5. Would have been a better deal to get them from Ross when they were selling them all together. They were a little cheaper, but regardless, if it's a figure that you were looking for, these ones aren't all that easy to find, so if you have a Dollar Tree near you that does have a Plus section, it might not be a bad idea to check it out, and maybe you can acquire yourself some of these figures if you were unable to find them at your local Ross. Again, make sure you check it out, and hopefully you'll be able to score yourself some of these very cool Jurassic World figures. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, I'll be sure to send it your way, but until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.